What's going on there, YouTube? This is ODC, that's me, and I'm back with another action figure review. This is my review of the Marvel Select Captain America, the First Avenger Captain America figure. And as you can see, he's very nicely done, I think, in my opinion. Very good movie. Definitely, if you haven't checked out Captain America, the First Avenger, check it out. And I suggested, I thought it was a very solid movie, very good. It was definitely better than The Incredible Hulk, in my opinion. Better than Iron Man 2, in my opinion. And so, definitely a really good, solid movie. Check it out. With that being said, let me toss them aside here. Get to the packaging really quick. I actually would have had this review done earlier, a couple days ago, with the Red Skull review, but for some reason my computer wasn't uploading it properly, so I have to redo it. So here we go. It says Marvel Select up top here, and it says Captain America: The First Avenger right there. Has the Captain America shield down here. On the side, it's got a very nice artwork of Chris Evans as Captain America, and in this wave came with King Cap and Red Skull to complete the Tesseract machine. Here's his little read-up if you want to read it. There you go, and get the packaging out of the way. That's not important. And let's bring in Cap. Cap comes with the another floor grate and the upper part of the Tesseract machine from the movie, which is seen in the movie. But he has the sculpting on this guy is absolutely superb. I really have to give it to Marvel Select. With both figures, actually, the Red Skull one, but this one in particular has very nice sculpting. There's definitely a lot more sculpting in this figure than the Red Skull figure, and I really, really do like this figure a lot. I keep saying figure, 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 figure. But he does come with his shield, which is very nicely done. Let me just toss him down there. His shield is very nicely done. Very accurate to the movie. On the back, it's very nicely detailed with the leather straps, and I like how they did the silver on the back portion of the shield. Looks like it's very nice, very nicely done, and gives off that vibranium metal feel to it. Looks good. And he also comes with his revolver here, or not revolver, pistol, and it fits right in his hand very nicely. A lot more tight than the Red Skull figure. The Red Skull figure on his pistol, it was a little bit more circular where the trigger was, so it would wobble a little bit more. So just for future reference, be careful with that, because the gun might jiggle right out of his hand. But he does hold, Cap does hold his pistol very nicely, and as you can see, he's not going to drop it, and it fits right into his holster on his side very nicely also, so it doesn't fall out very easily. Sorry, I must be losing my voice or something. But I think the only gripes I really have is that he's got a little bit of a paint blemish slash chip on his eyebrow here, on his left eyebrow. Came like that. Not a big fan of that, but also not a big fan of the wide jointed hips. My wide joints are frozen, unfortunately, so I can't get the ball to move separately than the leg, which really sucks because there's only certain poses I can get this guy into, and both legs are frozen, so that sucks. No ab crunch sucks. And the no ankle rocker slash pivot sucks also. He's kind of got the Marvel Legends Winter Soldier articulation where his boot just moves back and forth, and that's pretty much it. Anything else? I don't think so. But those are my dislikes. So no ab crunch, the wide jointed hips, and the lack of ankle articulation. I'm not a big fan of that, but the sculpting, oh my god, the sculpting on this guy is absolutely beautiful. Everything is pretty much sculpted on this figure. There's nothing that's just painted on, I think, other than his A and his wings on the side of his helmet. Everything else is pretty much just sculpted on, and it's very, very nicely done. The stars on his shoulders are sculpted, his star on his chest sculpted. Everything, you know, you got his harness going around his back to give off the really what this look was in this movie was the ultimate Captain America look. So basically what you were getting was the ultimate Captain America in that movie. And with the excuse me as I clear my throat there, with the new movie, and in the Avengers, actually I should hit up the Avengers. So this was the ultimate Captain America look. The Avengers was the more traditional Captain America look, and now in the Captain America, the Winter Soldier, he's going to go back to the Steve Rogers heroic age look, which I don't mind at all. I think it actually looks pretty good, and I like that they're doing a nice transition throughout his different looks over time, so that's good. But definitely the sculpting on this guy is an A+, 2 thumbs up for this. The unfortunate part about this is that he doesn't want to really hold his shield in his left arm, which is unfortunate. So you can't really get him with his shield unless you kind of balance it properly, because his fist doesn't fit through this other sling here, which is unfortunate. But so you can't really get him into too many poses with his gun and his shield at the same time. I've been just throwing his shield on this hand because he has a gripping hand and wedging it in his hand here, so it sits nicely and it doesn't go anywhere. And I like to have Captain America with just his shield and no gun. With that being said, let's get to the pieces. Oh, as he falls over. See if he'll stand there. There we go. And he comes with his grate, and here is the completed piece of the Tesseract machine / diorama piece from both the Red Skull and Captain America. This is basically, he came with this top portion here and this silver grate right here. So here it is completed. It looks very nice, I think. You can see the Tesseract right there. Kind of looks like the Rubik's Cube, but it still looks really nice. Definitely a nice display piece, whether you do ACBA, or I'm sure you could use this for that. It's in scale with 6-inch figures as well. And you can display Cap on here. No problem. I think the only thing that I would have liked to have is it can kind of go both ways, because if you want to use this for ACBA, you're glad that it doesn't have peg holes, but it would have been nice to have at least 2 peg holes, maybe one on one side and one on the other, to display them a little bit easier instead of having to try and balance them on this grate. But other than that, it's still a really nice piece. I really like it. Gives off that the airplane final battle vibe. And so definitely, if I had to rate this figure, he looks very nice. Oh, I didn't even get to his articulation. Let me get to his articulation real quick before I rate him. His head does move side to side. Sorry about that. It does move up a lot easier than the Red Skull figure, and down with no problem. He's got that jive turkey. Look at the jive turkey going. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, gobble. But his arms do go up about that far. They go down. They do a full 360. No bicep swivel. He's got the elbow swivel here, like the Injustice figures, and he also has the elbow hinge and a wrist rotation. No hinge on the wrist. Excuse me. He has the diaphragm joint, which kind of jiggles all around. Wish I had an ab crunch instead. No waist swivel at all, because this swivels here. He's got the wide jointed hips, which I'm not a big fan of. Everybody knows that by now. They do move forward and kind of back Mine are frozen, so, but they do move forward and back. You have to adjust the ball. And he does have double jointed knees. No boot swivel. He has an ankle swivel at the bottom and an ankle hinge. No ankle pivot at all. So where they messed up in articulation for this guy, they made up with the sculpting. So he is a very nice figure. If I had to rate this figure, I'd probably give him an 8. I think the Red Skull figure's a little touch better with the even though he's lacking articulation because he's hindered because Red Skull's coat. I still think Red Skull's a little bit better, just by half a point. I got to give him when they gave him the ankle articulation, they stepped it up a little bit more than this figure having almost some of the worst ankle articulation. But still a really great figure. It's still a Marvel Select figure. He's not supposed to be the most well articulated. It's definitely a step up from the earlier Marvel Selects, and I definitely recommend it. 2 thumbs up. I'm giving him an 8. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the flip side.